Alright, Bant ramp. So, unlike the Yarok ramp deck that we played before this one does not have an elemental sub-theme, but we are still playing with the food package. It's kind of funny in a way to go on a small tangent for a moment. We changed from the food package being Goose Oko Wicked Wolf to being Goose Breadcrumbs Wicked Wolf. And then, like, the other things around that change deck to deck. So, like, these last two decks, we've paired Feasting Troll King in with it. A lot of the other decks are pairing in Oven Familiar with it. So, past our green base, we've got Teferi Time Raveler and Deputy of Detention has a little bit of interaction here, along with Brazen Borrower. And we've also got a couple of Hydroid Krasis here at the top end to ramp out with Nissa, who shakes the world. So, similar-ish to the food decks that were successful before Oko's banning, so we'll see how they feel here in a post-Oko world. Let's dive on into it, shall we? This is an excellent Hearthstone hand. Unfortunately, we need lands to play Magic the Gathering, so I'm going to play Catch and Release here. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do 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 do. The truth is out there, sheeple. The shuffler's coming for you. When will you wake up and realize? Submit this as further empirical evidence that the shuffler is constantly rigged against us. Teamer lands to start. Probably Reclamation. I'm going to send Teferi up here and see where we go from there. Legion War Moss. Interesting. Where's a Wicked Wolf when you need one? It's there are a lot of people on the field is the problem. Bad takes, train extras. I've just been muting and blocking people. Life's too short. It's like trying to convince people that Stoneforge Mystic isn't too good for Modern. You're just not gonna get through to people. Although, we know how that one shook out. I was firmly on the right side of history there. Excited to have been on the right side of history with that one. Was a thought on unsummon the token versus the war boss. It would have made them spend mana again, and you would have had 2 O2 blockers for the 2 tokens. Yeah, I guess that's a good observation. I don't know, I wanted to just, like, take something permanently off the board. I didn't really care if they had to use their mana again. Then they, like, didn't do anything, so it, like, super worked out. Oh, I forgot to make blue. Awkward. I wanted to leave this land up, but I forgot to make blue mana, so now I have to. Should have made blue off the breeding pool. It's whatever. We're okay. It's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. That attack's real good for us. You should sit here and keep making 3/3s. I paid so little attention to Modern since Horizons ruined the format, I forgot Stoneforge got unbanned. Yup. Yeah, Horizons, really not a fan of what the format turned into post-Horizons. It was like pretty consistently on like a slow downward spiral. I feel like the spiral really sped up with the addition of Horizons to the format. All right, so this seems pretty bad. They're probably a questing beast deck. They showed us Great Henge. Do we think this card's just better than Deputy? What do we think of that? Like, I know Deputy can tag their creatures too, but this could just be like a 4/3. It can like randomly gain me life. I think I'm on the Knight of Autumn train here. Let's do it. I think it's a stronger take than I'd hold, but I understand when one of my friends says Modern Horizons ruined all the formats it's legal in. I mean, they banned Wrenn and 6 in Legacy, right? They did finally address that. Hey, we mulliganed to 5 that game, right? Right? That was the game we started on 5? I'm gonna bottom the Gust, which might be a little bit greedy. Do this on 2, this on 3, and then have this as a follow-up for afterwards. Perfect. Super rewarded. Only playing Arena. What was the problem with Modern Horizons? It just... The core problem in Modern was that Modern Horizons added cards that made the card Mox Opal extra good, and Mox Opal is already like borderline too obnoxious. And then outside of Mox Opal issues, it had Wrenn and 6, which made Wasteland extra obnoxious in Legacy. Alright, so let's Wicked Wolf eat this while they're tapped out. Hoping this survives and we draw an untapped land. They just not text Wrenn and 6 or Hagak? Yeah, maybe. Non-zero chance. Is he gonna get counterspelled here? Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty far behind at this point now. Yeah, 2019 was a rough year for Magic, a lot of things considered. Modern, to be fair, in defense of Modern Horizons, Modern had stopped being a turn 4 to 6 format long before Modern Horizons was even a thought. I would describe Modern as a turn 2.5 to 3.5 format. So it's a format where even if the game doesn't literally end on those turns, it figuratively ends on those turns most of the time. Just like it's effectively over. Easy trade here. By turn 3, you usually know who's gonna win the game. And it's just like going through the motions at that point. Gosh, it's been a while since I've Krasis into Krasis chat. Untapped green stores. Rats, never lucky. Alright, so I think we just, like, play a bunch of mana out here so we can, like, Giant Krasis next turn. Having been on the other side of this style of matchup with Temur a number of times before, this matchup's really not good for Temur decks. No, I think the idea of direct to modern is fine. I think the actual cards that they printed left a little bit to be desired. But I also think that a lot of the issues with Modern Horizons just exacerbated the actual issues in the format. Like, everything in Horizons that made the format worse was making it worse with things that have long existed in Modern. Like, Hagak, like, Faithless Looting was, like, knocking on Banlist's door long before Hagak existed. Same thing with Mox Opal and these newest cards. You know, this is X is 10 here, or X is 8 here, total is 10. Nah, we should kill him pretty quick. Like, I've got an 8/8 into a Feasting Troll King here, like, into another Feasting Troll King. We're gonna wrap this up relatively soon. I actually really don't like Force of Negation as a card. I think Magic has enough feel bad interaction that, like, when your opponent taps out, they should have the decency to, like, leave you alone and let you do your thing. Ooh, hungry. I think cards like Force of Negation and Force of Will are band-aids for issues that are fundamentally bad with formats. In my opinion, cards like that shouldn't be necessary. The format should just be better managed. Like, there shouldn't be things offensive enough that I need a free counterspell. Yeah, I agree, extras. Completely agree. Today, Trail of Breadcrumbs Day. I mean, it's the new Oko, Marty. Like, we actually talked about at the start of this set, where it's just like, well, instead of having Oko and everything, we just have Trail of Breadcrumbs and everything. Hey, chat, you want to see a Fighty Wolf kill an 8/8 Krasis? It's a food-themed stream for Thanksgiving. Yeah, there you go. How long ago, time-wise, did you subscribe, Naya? You subscribed at some point in the last 2 hours? It might not be synced yet. Like an hour ago? Yeah, probably hasn't sunk yet. I think I'm not paying more here. Yeah, let's draw cards. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I agree that I would prefer that they be faster and more aggressive with bannings. Like, I think even in Pioneer, where they said they were going to be more aggressive, they haven't been aggressive enough. Like, I think they could have known that this mono black deck was going to be a problem before this week, and they could have addressed it sooner. I think the fact that we made it to this week and all these PTQs are going to be like 33+% this new deck, or this deck, is like something they could have avoided. I'm glad I didn't take the time to, like, try and fit PTQs into my schedule. Because if you're not playing mono black, you're just not trying to win. Yep, opponent got a good lesson there that there's always a bigger fish. I don't think Great Henge is very good still. And again, like, this is just a good example of, like, Oko wasn't keeping a lot of these cards down. These cards just aren't good. Like, a lot of these cards that people are like, oh, Oko makes these unplayable because that's an elk, lol, lol, lol. Like, they're still cards that aren't seeing play. All the MTGO renting services ran out of Spawn of Mayhems. That's great. Yeah, there's a very limited supply of standard playable mythics on Magic Online since Magic Arena was created. Because there's not as many people drafting on Moto anymore. I mean, I'd bet some iteration of the mono black deck is going to remain playable in the format. I'd be very surprised if they banned it into being unplayable. The deck is just, like, significantly better than everything else right now.
Right on schedule.
I think Settle's very good, while the mono black deck's the best deck in the format. Vomit this deck. Yikes. Well, you know. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. I'd ban Thoughtseize and Copter. But I wouldn't be surprised if Thoughtseize is a sacred cow. And that it'll never get touched. Alright, new rule. If you call this Esper deck the Stacks deck in chat, you're getting timed out. Because you don't know what Stacks means, and it annoys me. I think freeing Oko could be in our future. No, I think Oko's going to remain banned in Standard. Be incredibly surprised if Oko ever saw the light of day again. Alright, cast Sleight of Hand here. Industrious Revolution. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. Perfect.
You show remorse, I'll show restraint.
Gonna go ahead and draw a card here.
Here we go.
Yeah, usually when I tell the chat not to do something, a bunch of people go and do it. I'm gonna go ahead and just eat a food here.
This might be a bad idea.
Nissa's great. And I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and play this and then Teferi bounce my Trail of Breadcrumbs here.
This isn't a fight you can win. Trust me, I have a plan.
So we'll, like, sack Teferi, land, pass. The following turn we'll discard a card. The Doom Foretold will go away. Wait, deal. I feel like this is good for me because now it's gone and I can start playing cards this turn. So I'm like kind of excited they just did that. They play a bunch of cards like Golden Egg and Othakaya to allow themselves to have plenty of, I messed up here. I should have shocked this into float mana.
Rise, my elemental friend.
If I would have shocked this in, I could have actually, played the other Nissa there. My land has died. So we'll do this, we'll attack for 3. Then we'll go ahead and pay 2 and sacrifice this. Let me get some looks here. Yes, I would like a Troll King, please. I would like a land tier 2 eventually, but Troll King. Troll King sounds great. Your move, Yugi boy. I don't know how they keep up with Trail of Breadcrumbs. Seems like bad news bears for them. What's the deck of the day so far? I think Jund Oven's definitely the deck of the day so far. It was a real good set to start. You're getting 10 inches of snow in the MSP area. Gross. What's our weather here look like? We've been really windy today. Yeah, we have a wind warning till 6, but our 5-day doesn't have any snow on it, thankfully. I lied. Sunday it's supposed to snow, but not tomorrow. Wow, they just made a zombie? Sure. Huh? Do I want a Deputy Lily? I guess they're kinda out of gas, huh? Makes their blocks worse. No. If they double block, we'll just like Brazen Borrower one of these. Bye, Felicia. I didn't play a land yet this turn, right? No, I did. Did not. All right, sweet. Esper Mage, thanks for the 9 months of support. I appreciate the 3/4 of a year. And then at their end of turn, I'm going to get to eat a food, gain 3, I double activate Trail of Breadcrumbs. Scale of 1 to 10 here. What are we working with, opponent? If they have a Kaya's Wrath, they're still in this game. Doom Foretold, sure. So this is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So if I can find another Nissa here, they actually die. So we have 4 shots at another Nissa. Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. Nice Doom Foretold.
Rise, my elemental friend.
They do not have mana up to gain life. They have 1. Put that back up so you can see their lands through it. We had a match that went really long earlier, so I moved it down so people could see their timer. 4 Knight of Autumn, yes please. Deputy of Detention, while it was okay there, is very fragile in this matchup, but we were lucky it was okay. Dispute and Stroke both seem fine. Wicked Wolf doesn't really fight anything. It survives Kaya's Wrath, though. It's probably not good enough. What do I think of Grawl Adventures? I think that deck took a pretty big power level hit when what's it called got banned? Oko? Or when Once Upon a Time got banned. I don't know that it's consistent enough to be good. I think if I wanted to play an aggressively slanted deck, I'd rather play Green-Black Adventurers. You know, like, they tend to not play that many Planeswalkers, so I don't think I want to bring Mass Manipulation in here. Yeah, those are questions you should always be asking yourself. Like, okay, do I have outs here that can help me win this turn? Should I play to them? What cards does my opponent have that allow them win to the game? How likely are they to have them? Which of those cards am I able to play around? I mean, Once Upon a Time does more than fix your mana, Naya. Like, it makes your deck more consistent. It lets you have, like, your Innkeepers and your Questing Beasts when you need them more often. So I think just, like, the leftovers of what that deck has without Once Upon a Time just aren't good enough. If you really enjoy the deck, it's probably fine, but from a pure power level perspective, I would not really want to explore Gruul anymore. Easy mulligan here. Missing a color. I guess they're a discard deck. Yeah, YOLO. You got 2 scries. I'm on the draw. Never didn't have it. Perfect. Stone Cold Nutter Butters. 1-2. I was watching an interview with Jeff on YouTube, and I was surprised by the difference between his voice there and when he's here on stream. Yeah, so a lot of people often ask me, like, how do I keep my energy up to stream the long sets that I do? And putting on my performing voice like I do when I stream is one of the ways I accomplish that. So, like, I don't talk like this the entire time, like, just casually when I'm with other people. This is me projecting my voice from my diaphragm. Keeping my voice strong helps me keep my energy up. Maybe I'm not supposed to attack here, because it leaves Paradise Druid exposed to Othakaya or Teferi. And I could play a 6-drop next turn. Have you ever taken voice lessons for the stream? I did a lot of community theater in high school and undergrad. I do not drink coffee, that is correct. I'll play a 2-2. Perfect, and then the Doom Foretold makes me sack the Hydroid Krasis here, and then we get to go tapped land, Knight the Doom Foretold. And then we get to follow up with Troll King the following turn. Standing also helps with energy. That is true. I agree with that assessment. That's unfortunate. Alright, with this play, I think I'm just playing Castle and passing, and next turn we'll discard a land. Yes, killing the egg would make their next Doom Foretold worse. I should have killed the egg. That's a good observation. I mean, killing the egg's not really a 2-for-1 because, like, the egg drew a card. So, like, the conclusion that killing the egg is a 2-for-1 is not accurate. The conclusion that killing the egg is better against another Doom Foretold would have been true, though. That would have been an accurate reflection of what's going on. The Yarok Elementals deck felt reasonable. It felt like it had a bad aggro matchup. But it also felt like it had a pretty reasonable, like, Fires matchup and other things like that. Are there other things that are going on that people are doing? Why do you think comparing this deck to stacks is unfair? Seems like standard power level smokestacks. Because smokestacks deals with killing your lands. This is not, like... You kids in standard today, you don't know what resource denial is. Like, killing your permanents in play that aren't lands is not resource denial. Get off my lawn. Let's lead on this. Deck's exactly like Stasis, except it's not. Yep, exactly. If they have Mystic Dispute, I'm a little bit sad I sequenced this way.
Together, we will prevail.
No, look up what the card Smokestack does, chat.
Harness the elements.
People are so, like, always want to, like, overclassify things and be like, we gotta pigeonhole this into this descriptor we already have. It's okay to just be like, this is new and different. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 total mana. I'm just gonna take a draw step for the turn, because if I draw Krasis or Nissa, I want to be able to cast it. That's a little unfortunate. Them having 3 Doom Fortolds in their top, their top 23 cards is a little rough. Hopefully, we can find a Hydroid Krasis here and get back in this game.
I've got it.
Is it the 4th Doom? I think you might be right. It is the 4th Doom. Gross. People don't like change and feel better when things are like the past. Yeah, I agree. Yes. Alright, so we're dead. Good chat. Hey, run it back with us on the plate. Needed a counter spell. Did not have one. Was basically Splinter Twin. Yeah, we'll call it Twin, right? They're just like their Esper Splinter Twin. Feel like we should just refer to their deck as Esper Twin moving forward. It's probably the most accurate representation of what's going on. Thought this was Espertron. How many different ways can we mislabel this deck? The Gathering. Sure. Why not? Perfect. Esper Rock, because they play a bunch of cantrips. Esper Food, yeah, they have egg in their deck. Clearly they're a food deck. Big agree. Definitely a food deck. My last name is Esper. This is getting weird. I think I just want to hit my land drops here. I guess Goose cantrips with this. Still pretty good. Hey, Black Sheep. Thanks for keeping me around. Rude. Looking for some lands here still. That's actually great. Six is the point where these Hydroid Krasis start drawing to, which is wonderful. Esper Ice Station Zebra. There you go. That's the winner right there. Esper Ice Station Zebra. Feels magic, man. Feels magic. Poor little Paradise Druid. Out there in exile all on its own. Cantrip squid away! Oh, God, come on! Come on! Good golly. Get rid of it. Ready for some Mythgard. 10 out of 10. Think they're about to dance us. You can dance if you wanna. Alright, so I think I'm supposed to sacrifice breadcrumbs here. Oh, I needed a white source. I was thinking I could Teferi bounce Knight and then Knight replay. I guess I could still do that if I hit a white source, right? Yeah, Brazen Borrower's a temporary solution to a permanent problem, though. Is the issue. Stroke's actually a good draw, because, like, another dance is their best way to win the game, obviously, so Stroke keeps them off of doing that. To get into the game and play whatever deck I wanted. You mean like to own the game in its entirety? Probably about 400 bucks. There's 400 cards in their base set, and it's about 350, 400 packs to have pretty much everything. It's much, much cheaper than that to build. A lot of people have said they put together entire decks on basically no dollars. Okay. That's actually a good draw. So I get to go. I just want to save this Disdainful Stroke for their dance.
I know my responsibility. I've got time.
And like, now we're playing Hearthstone, so like, they get to play dance, and like, I can kill it, but like, I can't counter, or they get to play Doom, and I get to kill it, but I can't counter their dance next turn now? Does that change things? That changes things, right? They left up 2, so I'm gonna get Disdainful Stroke here. Really? Okay.
Magnificent world.
Justy Spark, sure. This still lets me kill Teferi, though. So I can stroke their thing next turn, which is great. Gonna do this and tap them off. Make them replay this if they wanna get it back down.
We will not fail.
That was a good draw. I guess they have another D-Spark here. I don't have Stroke up next turn now. Yeah, we're dead to D-Spark into dance with this line. I don't know. I really don't feel like playing this matchup anymore. It's really dry. Do you have the thing? They don't have the thing. That's exciting. Maybe they do. Yeah, the fact that we missed on lands and then our Nissa lands all got killed was not great for us here. Their castle's about to do a lot of work here for them. I just can't lose my Trail of Breadcrumbs at this point. It's my only resource. No, they have plenty of time on their clock. So, it's gonna be at a point where if they... I should have waited to play my land. If they draw dance, we're just gonna be dead. So, I'm just gonna play like they don't have it. Next turn, we'll go land, Feasting Troll King, bring back the other Troll King, have 14 power, hope for the best. It just counts it up their land, so I assume we're dead. Alright, I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. When I get back, we're gonna do one more with this one before we wrap up Magic for the day. Back in a couple. Back in a second. Hey, Lyrics. Thanks for sticking on. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Just a friendly reminder. If you want to criticize the deck I'm playing, that's always welcome, but you need to be constructive and specific about it. Just coming in and dropping your trow and taking a dump on whatever deck myself or someone else has put together is not welcome. So if you think there's a better way to build a deck, you should talk about why you think that's the better way. Help us learn rather than just tearing down needlessly. Needs more Oko. There's some, I agree with that. That's some quality feedback. Teamer Wreck, maybe? I'm trying to think, like, what growth spiral decks are in the format. Probably just Teamer Wreck, right? If I had to guess. Right on time, Paradise Druid. A little shy of the turn 3 Nissa. Turn 4 Nissa will be fine. Oh. Oh, it's this deck? Sure. Sure. This deck is miserable, miserable. Do 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 do. Let's get into miserable. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So the good news is the way this game started with the Gilded Goose, I'm gonna get to make a third food. And then next turn I can play the Troll King, they'll counter it, and then I can sack the food to bring it back. So I'll have a 7/6, so that's nice until it gets Brazen Borrower. Speaking of which, pick it up. Simic Flash is one of those decks that it feels a lot better than it actually is, because when you're playing against it, even if you're winning, it's an incredibly frustrating experience, and when you're playing with it, it's incredibly satisfying when you get ahead with it. Excuse me? Well, now I'm confused. I mean, to be fair, it's probably great. I should have blocked the 1/1. Should have blocked the 1/1. To set a low bar, putting some good cards in their deck is probably a decent idea. Do I even play around counterspells then? I'm gonna elect not to play around a counterspell here. Let's see how that ends up for us. I've had enough magic for today. I'm gonna play some Mythgard. I don't know. This deck feels middling. Of the three breadcrumbs decks we played today, it just felt bleh. The top end of what we have going on here, just like Nissa Krasis, is neat card advantage, but Trail of Breadcrumbs is a little bit less expensive on its own in terms of generating that advantage, and this is just really clunky to get down. We saw her downside against the Esper deck where our lands kept dying. Yeah, I don't know. Just kind of off it. Didn't feel particularly exciting even when it got to do its thing, so yeah.